Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you will all be fine and you must have revised the previous lecture, which was about the kinds of phrases. And in that lecture, the most important kind of phrase was participle and gerund phrase because it is very, very difficult. It has always been difficult for the students to differentiate the participle phrase and a gerund phrase. So, keeping that thing in my mind, I have prepared a worksheet for you people. I have selected sentences from your past papers, and in the whole of this worksheet, all the participle phrases and gerund phrases they are mixed up. So we have to see which are the participle phrases and how would we differentiate a participle phrase with a gerund phrase. So let's start with the worksheet. Hearing the noise, the boy woke up. The phrase is beginning with a present participle and it is about the boy. So it is a participle phrase. We met a girl carrying a basket of flowers. So it is about the girl. And it is also beginning with the present participle. So it is a participle phrase. But students, you must notice one thing over here, which I want to just discuss over here, that if you see this, apart from being the participle phrase, this phrase is also an adjective phrase because it is describing the noun in the sentence, which is the girl. So it all depends on the option over there, what is written in the option. If it is written that it is a participle phrase, then you will tick or you will encircle the option with the participle phrase. But if adjective phrase is written over there, so it is also an adjective phrase, so you are going to encircle your option with the adjective phrase. So keeping this thing in your mind, you have to just identify the kinds of phrases because one phrase can also be like the other phrase. So, keeping all the concepts in your mind, you have to encircle the right option. Loudly knocking at the door, he demanded admission. Again, it is a participle phrase because it is describing the pronoun that is he. The child, thinking all was safe, attempted to cross the road. Again, this is phrase which is describing the child, so it is a participle phrase. Blinded by a dust storm, they fell into disorder. The phrase is beginning with a past participle and it is describing the pronoun they. Deceived by his friends, he lost all hope. It is also beginning with a past participle and it is describing the pronoun in the sentence. Driven by hunger, he stole a piece of bread. So again, it is a participle phrase as it is beginning with a past participle. We saw a few trees laden with fruit. Laden with fruit is a phrase which is an adjective phrase. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Rolling is acting as an adjective over here. So whenever ing form of the verb will be acting as an object, as an adjective, it will be called a participle adjective, and in this way, it is a participle phrase. We had a drink of the sparkling water. Again, sparkling is acting as an adjective over here and it is also a present participle. So it is a participle phrase. His tattered coat needs mending. So it means that tattered is a past participle, but it is acting as an adjective over here. So it is a participle phrase. The creaking door awakened the dog. Creaking is again acting as an adjective over here because it is describing door. It is following a noun to describe it. So it is a participle phrase because we have already decided that a participle phrase always describes the noun in the sentence. A lying witness ought to be punished. Lying is acting as an adjective over here, and lying is also a present participle. So it is a participle phrase. He played a losing game. Again, it is a participle phrase. A burnt child breaks the fire. Burnt is acting as an adjective over here because it is describing the child. So it is a participle phrase. His finished manners produced a very favorable impression. It means that finished is again a past participle and it is acting as an adjective over here. So it is a participle phrase. He wears a worried look. Worried is again a past participle and it is acting as an adjective over here. What kind of look? This is what it is describing. So again, it is a participle phrase. Education is the most pressing need of our country. Pressing need of our country is the participle phrase because pressing is acting as an adjective over here. He was reputed to be the most learned man of his time. Learned is the past participle, but it is acting as an adjective over here, so it is a participle phrase. Going up the stairs, the boy fell down. It means that the phrase is about the boy, so it is describing the boy, so it will be a participle phrase. Having lost my passport, I applied for a new one. Again, it is a participle phrase because I is the pronoun whom this participle phrase is describing. I once saw a man walking on a rope. So it is about the man. So it is a participle phrase. And it is also an adjective phrase. Walking on the roof, he slipped and fell. It means that it is a participle phrase. Having no guide with us, we lost our way. It means that it is about we, which is a pronoun over here. So again, it is a participle phrase. So these were a few just examples of the phrases which were very, very important. And in the next lecture, we are going to have some more sentences to differentiate the participle phrases with the gerund phrases. So I hope that your idea of all the participle phrases would be quite much clear. And in the next lecture, we would be having mixed sentences with the participle phrases and the gerund phrases. Okay, students, Allah Hafiz.